now, okay, the special is a G.I. Joe episode. No, we all dressed up like our favorite G.I. Joe characters. Frank and Chinty are guests. I think you're dressed up like, is it Chuckles?
I thought I was going on a cruise.
Or a cruise. George could be...
Commander Jorge of the Nazi Commie Party.
That's okay. I'm not sure about yours.
Well, I'm actually, if you remember Sparks, he was the guy they didn't make a toy out of. This is Sparks post-retirement. That's me.
I totally remember the guy they didn't make a toy out of.
And I don't know if you guys can guess what I dressed up as.
No, I can't.
Okay, maybe if I open it up like this. What do you think?
Destro.
Jersey Shore.
No.
Jersey Shore.
See, because you guys are all white guys, I dressed up as my favorite character growing up. It's G.I. Giuseppe.
Oh, yeah. He had a little mule.
It was, you know, he was Italian. Partner. Yeah, he was the Italian version. He fought every battle. They won every time because they switched sides. You know what I mean? Like
with a lot of AO.
Amazing. Well, I'm just saying. You know. All right, let's get serious. So, Mike, why don't you lead us off with
Sure. We are covering G.I. Joe, the original G.I. Joe run by Marvel, numbers 21, 26, and 27. The first one is Silent Interlude by Larry Hama. He wrote and drew it. And then the second two issues are Snake Eyes: The Origin, parts 1 and 2, with Larry Hama on writing and art. And the second part is Larry Hama and Frank Springer.
Time out. There's not one word in this first comic book.
Yes,
so
and
they didn't say shit.
No,
that's why it's good.
I spoke to Larry Hama myself, and this is the first mainstream silent issue that's ever been done, and now since then there's been tons of them done. And in this issue we're introduced to Storm Shadow, the Cobra Ninja, and at the end of the issue their shirts are ripped and we see that Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes both share the same tattoo.
Their shirts ripped at the exact same spot.
Exact same spot, yes.
What are the chances?
Well, they're ninjas. That makes it just, it puts them together and it gives you the whole, you know, I want to read more. Like, these guys are connected.
So by the end of like issue number 27, what exactly do we learn about Snake Eyes?
The silent issue with no words. Actually, I really don't read a lot of comics, and that was great because I hate reading.
Wow, and that issue is perfect for you.
It was great. I love pictures.
Every guest we have on the show hates reading, so it's perfect.
And you know, you just learn that he's a badass. And you see Storm Shadow, and you already notice the similarities between them and the way they're fighting. And then issue 26, 27 tells you a story of how they met and how they became like, you know, brothers of another mother.
Right. Storm Shadow is Japanese American. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But
so when he talks, it's like, I am going to fight you. And the cartoon, it sounds Asian.
Yeah, well, he's Japanese. Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Listen to him.
They don't explain that.
So in any case, you find out that they were in this Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow in this ninja clan together, and that at some point one of their masters got assassinated by a mysterious assassin.
Yes.
And so the great thing is they set up in this issue who the killer is, because they assume it's Storm Shadow.
Yes.
But then at the end of the issue, at the end of the story, you find out, no, Storm Shadow was not the killer, so who is the killer? And I can point out, you do not find out who it is till much later.
His name is the Clown Master.
No.
Right?
And the answer will surprise everybody. So I think it's a great issue by Larry Hama, a great writer.
There was as far as the artwork goes, in all three of these issues we're talking about, the silent issue does lack a bit in telling a story without words. I mean, as far as this being one of the first ones, it was great, but they've since mastered it and really have now turned just visual images telling a story like, oh my God, like Owly and stuff like that. Yeah. Really great. And in that first story, Snake Eyes sitting there, and when his, you know, he goes to the
Softmaster.
Softmaster, and he pulls the gun out. And like some of the storytelling, it is so beautiful. The art is amazing.
Let me just ask you guys this question: did these comics translate to the modern day reader?
Well, because I'm.
But you don't read though, Frank.
I can't.
So that
read.
question.
That's why the silent one was great. But
okay,
and it did. Like I did get it, but these ones actually made me want to read more because I'm older and I know like the Vietnam War wasn't too far off like from my childhood. It might be a little harder to translate for new readers, for younger generation.
Why don't we rate this out of 5 suns? How about that? All right. Woo! Frank, what do you think?
I'll do a 4.5. I like them a lot.
George.
I really liked it.
Sank?
Mike.
I'll give this a 5. As a mainstream comic,
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. This is one of the best-selling comics of the 80s. It outsold X-Men, outsold Batman, and for a good reason. The writing by Larry Hama was excellent, and these few issues are the only ones he actually drew. For that reason, I give it my highest recommendation. It's a great comic.
I will give it a solid 4 sons. I think that's because I grew up on this
Sure.
as well. I read G.I. Joe growing up as a kid too, and
Good stuff.
yes.
Joe!
Joe! Come back. Go to break.